back to an 8 instead of 7. That's what I was coming to tell you, but you're in your hideaway.
I'm in my hideaway.
Are you drinking in there?
Not yet. Soon.
Yeah, hey, we might as well start now.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
At Big
This is your countdown for the Preston Indians pregame show. Pregame in 30 seconds from Mark. As we'll have a good game today, hopefully. And pregame show will start in 15 seconds from Mark. Pregame in 10 seconds from Mark. Have a good game. Pre-game show in 5 seconds from Mark.
Let's go! Batter up! We're taking the afternoon off. It's a beautiful day for a ball game today. The fans are out to get a ticket or two. From Walla Walla, Washington to Kalamazoo, it's a beautiful day for a home run, but even a triple's okay. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. Rocky Mountain Power, WattSmartHomes.com, offering rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. Ready Support Services, we are ready. West Motor Company, your only stop for new or used cars in Preston and in Logan. Franklin County Medical Center for the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value with the finest meat and produce in Preston. S&T Electric, it's what we do. Flying S Escrow and Title, land title protectors since 1905. Ultimate Power Sports, get ready for your next outdoor adventure at Ultimate Power Sports in Preston. Elisa Benson of North Realty, Idaho and North Realty, Utah. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925. Cache Valley Bank, serving Utah and southern Idaho with 21 locations. Yardmaster, keeping lawns healthy throughout the Cache Valley. Puppy Steps Training, northern Utah and southern Idaho's premier board and training facility since 2011. Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency, your local agents right here in Preston. Canyon Creek Dental, with 2 area locations to serve you. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, stop in downtown Preston where you will be treated like a friend. Papa J's, making world-class jerky locally right here in Clifton. Ralph's Construction, building custom homes throughout the region. This broadcast is made possible through an agreement between Preston Broadcasting, LLC and Preston High School, and is a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC. This game is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or reproduction of this broadcast without express written permission of Old West Media is strictly prohibited. This is the Polar Bear pregame show. Coming up, we'll have details on the upcoming game. We'll visit with the coach, and we'll look at the other games going on around the area. It's all on the Polar Bear pregame show. The Polar Bear is back and better than ever. Grab some for lunch today or stop by after the game. Polar Bear Burgers and Shakes on State Street at the south end of the city of Preston.
Well, a very pleasant good afternoon again, everybody, and welcome back here to Halliwell Field in Pocatello as today the Preston Indians move up into Game 2 of the district tournament, and today they will face the Pocatello Thunder coming up here in just a few minutes. For the Indians, a nice win yesterday here at Halliwell over the Century, winning by the score of 10-7, so they advance into Game 2, and this becomes a little bit more important now to here today, as with a win today, Preston can move into the championship game. They get a day off tomorrow, and they move up into the championship games, which will get underway on Friday and then Saturday if necessary. But they have to get through today here first before they can start thinking about what's going to come up in the future. So big games coming up here today for the Preston Indians. On the mound today for Preston, it is the left-hander Cade Oxborough. He'll be on a little bit of a pitch limit. He can go about 86 or 84 pitches today, as it'll be Jordan Wells on the mound today for the Pocatello Thunder, as those will be your starting pitchers. And I'm sure that the bullpen guys will be on a very short leash, as both teams will try to win this game at all costs coming up here as we get started in about the next 30 minutes. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk about how these two teams match up. This is the Polar Bear pregame show. Remember, Polar Bear has been in the area since 1952 and serving up more than just burgers and shakes. It's been a cornerstone of Preston history. Step back in time at Polar Bear Eats. They're on the highway at the south end of the city of Preston. The Polar Bear pregame show continues right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
One of the things that makes Northern Title unique is the fact that we serve clients in 3 states, Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. Each state has different rules and regulations, and our experienced staff understands each unique rule, so we can facilitate closings in all 3 states. If you're buying a home in Star Valley and you want to close in Preston, it's no problem. The company logo is Good Deeds Done Daily. We are preparing good deeds daily, but it's more than that. We really are trying to serve the community in a good way. Northern Title, Good Deeds Done Daily. Visit us today.
Go Preston! WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Hello world, where you been? I've been waiting for you and your friends. One love begins. Tip top, we're starting at 10. If you believe that we can make some magic up and say yeah. If you believe that we can make some magic up and say yeah. Yeah, we on it.
Hi, I'm Brad Phillips, professional trainer and owner of Puppy Steps Training. I believe that life is more enjoyable with a well-trained dog. That's why my team and I have come together to give you the ultimate dog training experience through Puppy Steps Training. Our 8-week board and train program is specifically designed to give your puppy a head start on life. Along with access to our extensive training material, you will receive daily progress reports, weekly photo and video updates, and a hands-on training demonstration. Discover the ultimate dog training experience with Puppy Steps Training, the premier dog training facility in northern Utah, and proud supporter of Westside and Preston High School athletics.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
And welcome back here to the Polar Bear pregame show. As it's time to take a look at our news and notes segment for today, brought to you by Ultimate Power Sports. Get ready for your next outdoor adventure at Ultimate Power Sports. You'll find them on State Street at the north end of the city of Preston. You know, Pocatello may have beaten Preston 2 out of 3, but these teams really match up very well on paper. That's why they go out and play the games. They don't play the games on paper. Never have, never will. You look at the major stat categories for these two teams. We'll look at batting average, runs, extra base hits, errors, and ERA for the two teams. As far as batting average goes, Preston is out hitting Pocatello this year, but that seems really strange to say. That doesn't normally happen. But Preston has a 97-point higher batting average on the season than Pocatello does, 313 to 216. As far as total runs scored, pretty even. Pocatello has scored 10 more runs during the regular season than Preston did, but Preston also hit 7 more extra base hits on the year than Pocatello did, 35 to 28. Errors are about even, as what seemed like a lot of errors plague the Indians. They committed 71 errors this year. Pocatello committed 78 on the season, and team ERAs are about even, as Pocatello's team ERA is 6.73 and Preston comes in at 6.36. So these teams are very even, as they see who's going to be able to execute during the games, not only today, but whatever games still to come here in the district tournament between these two teams. Weather-wise for today, well, we got a few clouds hanging around. It's a little bit breezy, but warmer than it was last time we faced Pocatello. It's 61 degrees, but we're still about 30 minutes away from game time. And today's game brought to you by Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. Good deeds done daily. Call today to find out how they can do one for you at 208-852-5700. We'll take another timeout. When we come back, it'll be time to talk to the head coach, Sean Thompson, get his feelings on the game before we get started here this afternoon. We'll do all that as we continue right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
At Bighorn Cleaning, we understand that maintaining a clean environment is essential for both comfort and health. That's why we specialize in a variety of services, including carpet, upholstery, grout, and tile cleaning. Whether it's reviving the vibrancy of your carpets, restoring the freshness of your upholstery, or rejuvenating the shine of your tile, we deliver exceptional results every time. With our competitive pricing and unmatched expertise, we strive to make your cleaning experience hassle-free. Contact us at 208-317-6544 to schedule your next cleaning appointment.
When you think of outdoor adventure, you might think of snow machines, four-wheelers, side-by-sides, motorcycles, or even cutting wood or taking care of the lawn. No matter what your definition of outdoor adventure is, always remember Ultimate Power Sports. We carry brand names like Polaris, Can-Am, Yamaha, Skidoo, Stihl, and Toro. Offering sales and service, your fun really does begin at Ultimate Power Sports. With multiple in-store financing options, we can help you have outdoor adventures right now. Stop in today, Ultimate Power Sports in Logan and Preston.
In a world that's full of unknowns, you don't have to worry about whether or not your insurance has got you covered when life throws you a curveball. If your coverage is with Farm Bureau, the Smith Insurance Agency in Preston, offering policies from auto to home, farm and ranch to crop insurance, and business to life insurance. The Smith Insurance Agency does it all. No matter what challenges life brings, you're not alone. Make sure you've got the right coverage in the right areas of your life. Schedule a free insurance review today with Farm Bureau, the Smith Insurance Agency in Preston.
When you are looking for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but you want something that is ready to eat now, always stop at the Stokes Market Deli in Preston. With cold and hot cases, you can always find food that is fresh, hot, or cold. Sandwiches, soup, salads, deviled eggs, donuts, wraps, cheese trays, desserts, and a hot and delicious buffet. A meal out doesn't have to be at a restaurant. Come and enjoy something for everyone at the Stokes Market Deli today. 217 South State Street in Preston.
The pregame coaches show is brought to you by Elisa Benson, North Realty Idaho, and North Realty Utah.
And welcome back to the Polar Bear pregame show as we get ready for Game 2 of the district tournament as the Indians take on the Pocatello Thunder coming up here in just a few minutes from Halliwell Field in Pocatello. As we'll chat with Sean Thompson here before we get ready for Game 2 of the tournament. You come away with a nice win yesterday against Century. The guys really played well, fielded well, threw it well, and swung the bats pretty good too.
Yeah, they did. We had a few errors like we've talked about. Need to clean that up a bit. But, yeah, overall, I mean, we went up in the first inning. Century came back, took the lead in the second. We didn't quit. We battled back, and then it was 7-7, and we ended up putting 3 more runs on the board. So, like you said, we threw it well, fielded it well, we hit it well. So hopefully we can do that again today.
It was a solid game, really, all around from top to bottom for the Indians as they walked away with the nice victory, which gets them an invitation to take on Pocatello here today in really what almost is another must-win situation for Preston.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, it's a must-win for all of us, but if we can go away with a win and get our arms back, get saving some pitchers, that'd be huge to not play tomorrow. So hopefully we can take this one today and get that day break.
What do we have available pitching wise coming into the game? Connor threw 6+ innings yesterday. Understood he's pretty much over his pitch limit, so he's shut down here for a couple of days.
Yeah, Connor shut down for 3 days. We threw Cade for about 18 pitches yesterday, so he can go 82 pitches today. We still have pretty much our whole staff, so we have Sager, Levi, Ezra, Jansen, so we do have pitchers available. But yeah, I mean, we just need to go swing the bats, take a lead, and then hopefully get Cade out even a little bit earlier so he only takes a 1-day rest instead of a 2-day rest.
You know, the one thing that the 3-game series with Pocatello earlier this year showed is we can play with these guys. We don't make mistakes. We can play with them, and we really showed that even though they beat us 2 out of 3 games.
Yeah, I mean, all three teams in the district are pretty evenly matched this year. So yeah, Pocatello, I mean, like you said, if we can hit it, swing it, and pitch it, we'll be in this ball game. Trying to keep the guys up in the dugout, and we got to battle with them, right? So I think we can take it. Pocatello's obviously a good team. They're not going to roll over for us, so we got to bring it to them today.
With a win, you get tomorrow off, and you get to move on to the championship round coming up on Friday. A loss, you have to come back here again tomorrow and play Century again. And that seems like that's just going to throw the whole pitching plan up in the air, and who knows what's going to happen after that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The pitching plan will be thrown off, but at the same time, I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully we can win today, like I said, but if not, we got pitching in place. We'll figure it out from there.
Looks like we have better weather today, too. Not that I just jinxed us.
you probably did just jinx us. But it is sunny, it's shining, so we're happy. We're playing baseball. We're on the field today.
Very good. Best of luck today, and let's take a day off tomorrow.
I like that idea. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Sean Thompson, head coach of the Indian baseball team. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll get to more. In fact, we'll look at other games going on today as we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard after this timeout on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Make the best deal you can. When it's time to buy or sell commercial or residential real estate, it's important to have Elisa Benson on your team. She is helpful, knowledgeable, honest, friendly, hardworking, and results-oriented. As a graduate of Preston High School, Elisa understands the real estate markets in Idaho and Utah. Call Elisa Benson today, North Realty Idaho and North Realty Utah. Elisa Benson, your proactive, trusted advisor.
When you're hungry for a delicious burger, roast beef sandwich, and an ice-cold soda, stop at Papa J's Deli in Clifton, Idaho. You'll get an amazing meal at an affordable price, and you'll enjoy great conversation. Papa J's is famous for the best beef jerky, but you'll also find a delicious menu, a friendly staff, great snacks, and good friends at Papa J's Deli. Stop in today to satisfy your hunger. Papa J's, 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
For 78 years, West Motor Company has stood by your family. While the generations have come and gone, our commitment to quality and service has never wavered. Our team is here to ensure you find the vehicle that keeps your loved ones safe on every journey. When trust matters most, choose West Motor Company, now proud to be part of the Mountain West Auto Group.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
And welcome back to the Polar Bear pregame show as we counter our way down to the first pitch. It's game 2 of the district tournament. The Preston Indians and the Pocatello Thunder coming up here in just a few minutes from here at Halliwell Field. As we look at other games going on around the area today in the district tournaments, as the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Bighorn Cleaning. If you have carpet, upholstery, tile, or grout that need attention in your home or office, call Bighorn Cleaning at 208-317-6544. And the best part is they're local right here in Preston. They are Bighorn Cleaning. All right, not a whole lot of games today, but we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard as Madison will be at Rigby today. Gooding will take on Filer. Buell will be at Kimberly. Declo will meet up with Lighthouse Christian. Payette goes to battle with Homedale. Bonners Ferry takes on Timberlake. Prairie will be at Clearwater Valley. Timberline will do battle with Eagle. Capital goes up against Ridgeview. It'll be Idaho City against Glens Ferry. Genesee will be at Troy. And Garden Valley takes on North Star Christian. And that's your look at a brief out-of-town scoreboard today as district playoffs continue around the state. The out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Bighorn Cleaning. If you have carpet, upholstery, tile, or grout that need attention, whether it be in your home or in your office, there's only one place to call. It's Bighorn Cleaning at 208-317-6544. Take a time out here on the Polar Bear pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk to today's outstanding students as the pregame show continues right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
At Bighorn Cleaning, we understand that maintaining a clean environment is essential for both comfort and health. That's why we specialize in a variety of services, including carpet, upholstery, grout, and tile cleaning. Whether it's reviving the vibrancy of your carpets, restoring the freshness of your upholstery, or rejuvenating the shine of your tile, we deliver exceptional results every time. With our competitive pricing and unmatched expertise, we strive to make your cleaning experience hassle-free. Contact us at 208-317-6544 to schedule your next cleaning appointment.
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
Hi, I am Dr. Chelsea Morrison, the Primary Care Medical Director at Franklin County Medical Center. I'm here to tell you that one of the most important things you should do each year is see your doctor. A yearly checkup is a small way to prevent large health problems from happening. It is also an opportunity to get support for you and your family's health goals. Everyone, young or old, should have an annual wellness check, and chances are your insurance plan will cover it. Call to schedule your annual wellness checkup today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
And welcome back to another edition of Preston's Outstanding Students. As today we'll visit with Chris Titus and Lexi Mills here from Preston High School. As we'll talk to them. First of all, Lexi, thanks for coming down and taking a few minutes to speak with us.
Of course.
And Chris, you as well. Thanks for coming down.
Anytime.
All right, let's talk about the way things have gone here. Chris, we'll start with you. You're a senior. Time's getting short. Just less than a month now to go before graduation. How's your 3.5, now going on 4 years gone here at Preston?
Well, I think they've gone pretty great. It's a beautiful place, and it's a great community. I don't think there's any better place to live.
Very, very good. And Lexi, what about you? You're a junior, so you've got 2.5 years under your belt here. So year number 3 starting to wind down. How have your days gone here at Preston?
It's been so great just to come to school and be fellowshipped with everyone and be able to spend time with your friends and making new friends as you continue through the years.
Let's talk about the things that you've done, classes, maybe activities you've been part of. Lexi, we'll start with you. What have you done that you've really enjoyed now as you wrap up your 3rd year?
I have enjoyed so much being a part of our Business Professionals of America program, along with the Health Occupational Students of America program and the National Honor Society, and just being able to help out around the school and being able to spend time with everyone, working as a team through different events.
Chris, what about you? What have you been involved with here in your time at Preston that you're going to look back and think this was really the great thing to do?
Well, a really great thing to do was definitely our student government. I'm the senior class president this year, and it's been one of the greatest experiences so far in my life. I love being able to work as a team with people and help our community.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Is there one experience you've had here during your career here at Preston High School you're going to look back on when your 4 years are over and say, this is what high school was all about?
Our state basketball championship. I think that was a great experience. It was great to be able to support our athletes, and it brought our community closer. We were able to all come together and cheer on these boys as, Preston was recognized by the rest of the state.
Did you get a chance to go up and go to the tournament?
Yes, I did. It was amazing.
That was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Lexi, what about you? What are you going to look back on here when you still have a year to go, obviously, but through 3 years, what has been the one moment really in your Preston career that's really stood out to you?
It has definitely been just seeing everyone, being able to be around the students that come up, and you'll eat lunch with them, or you'll just go to different classes, and it's so fun to just see everyone.
Speaking of classes, what kind of classes have you taken, elective wise, that have really kind of helped shape you, so to speak, and build for what you want to do for after high school?
I have taken a lot of the health classes, and I'm taking more next year. And I've taken the accounting class and a lot of the math classes to help towards my college career. And I've also taken a lot of the college credit classes that have helped for my college career, hopefully into forensic accounting.
Very good. That sounds like quite the adventure. That's a new one. No one of all the kids we've talked to this year, no one's gone into forensic accounting. What made you lean that way?
I wasn't actually sure at the beginning, but after I took the class, just the love of being able to look at any paper that you get with numbers on it and telling where the money went and how it's being used.
Very good. Chris, what about you? Chris Titus, what do you look at? What have you taken here that has kind of shaped you now for what comes up after high school as you get ready to graduate?
Well, hopefully after my mission, I'll come back to USU and join the ROTC program at USU. I want to either become a pilot for the military or an aeronautical engineer. And so focusing on that, I've taken some of the agricultural classes, agricultural mechanics and welding. Those have helped me learn how to look at machines and understand how they work. But I've also taken higher math classes and physics classes that help me understand how they work in a more theoretical way.
Interesting. So, do you want to be a pilot down the line when everything's done? You get out of the military. You want to fly commercial jets. What do you want to do?
I would love to fly commercial. That'd be amazing. Yeah.
That does sound like fun. Lexi, we'll come back to you here for just a second here as we start to wrap this up. What kind of things do you look forward to for your senior year? I mean, you've got other things coming up. You still have goals and things you want to reach in your senior year?
I am really just looking forward to having fun with everyone. I'm also really excited, though, to come back and help the girls that will be juniors next year with the Distinguished Young Women's Program, being able to come back and help them get ready as they prepare to do the best that they can.
Chris, last question for you, and we'll wrap this interview up. Is you look back, things that you've done at Preston, anything you want to change, anything you want to do differently, or are you satisfied with your 4 years here?
I think I'm very satisfied with my 4 years. You know, there's always things that you wish you could change, but in the end, those things that you wish you could change make you who you are now. So there's no way I'd change.
Very good. We appreciate your time, and we look forward to seeing you pick up your diploma here in a few weeks. But Lexi, look forward to having you around again next year as well. Chris Titus, senior here at Preston High School, thanks for taking a few minutes and speaking with us.
Yeah, thank you.
And Lexi Mills, junior, and we look forward to seeing you around again next year, but thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to us today.
Of course, thank you.
That's Chris Titus and Lexi Mills, two more of Preston's outstanding students. And we're ready to play ball here this afternoon as Jordan Wild up on top of the hill, and it's Jansen Hollingsworth up there to lead off here for the Indians, and the first pitch is high, ball one. Let's run through the Preston lineup for you here real quick, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding community since 1925. Hollingsworth leads off. He will be in right field today. The 1-0 pitch is up high again, ball two. 2 balls and no strikes on Jansen Hollingsworth. Connor Thompson will be at shortstop today. He bats second. Ezra Benavides is at third. He'll hit in the 3 spot. Sager Keller bats fourth. He will be in left. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball. That's on the corner for a strike, and it's 2-1. Cade Oxborough is on the mound today for the Indians. He'll bat in the 5 spot. Tristan Wall does the catching. He'll hit 6th. Tate Bassett's at first base. He'll bat 7th. Here's the 2-1 from Wild. Ground ball to short. Giesbrecht has that on about 3 hops, throws it across in time for the out. So Hollingsworth grounds out. That's the first out here in the top of the first. And that'll bring up Connor Thompson. Just wrap up the Preston lineup here real quick. Batting 8th will be Levi Despain. He'll be at second base. And Tristan Day is in center field. And he will bat number 9 today. So 1 out here in the top of the first. Here's Connor Thompson, who had himself a day yesterday. As that pitch is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Thompson, yesterday with the bat, did just about anything you could ask yesterday. He had 4 hits and 5 at-bats as he takes that pitch up high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Of his 4 hits, he had a double, drove in a couple of runs, as he now has a dozen RBIs on the year. Lines this one at Giesbrecht. So it's a ground ball to short, now a line out to short, and there's 2 outs. And that'll bring up Ezra Benavides. So here's Ezra hitting in the 3 spot. Spent most of the day yesterday playing shortstop. As the first pitch to Ezra takes that outside, ball 1. Benavides drew the caller yesterday. He was 0 for 4, but he was hit by a pitch. And going 0 for yesterday, had that little 2-game hitting streak that he had going snapped as he takes that next pitch outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So Ezra's still hit safely now in 3 of the last 5 games. As the next pitch again misses outside, ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. So the starting lineups today brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925. The 2-1 pitch rolled foul up along the first base side, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll give you the Pocatello lineup when they come up in the bottom half here of the first inning. The 2-2 taking and takes it inside, runs the count full. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes on Ezra Benavides here in the top of inning number 1. So game 2 of the district tournament, the winner moves on to the championship round. The loser has to play Century here tomorrow in an elimination game. Now the 3-2 pitch to Benavides. Swinging, slices it along the right field line. Coming over is Wheatley, crosses into foul territory and makes the catch, and Preston goes in order here in the top of the first inning as they go out 1-2-3. So we're scoreless after a half inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first. It's the Indians nothing, and the Pocatello Thunder coming to bat here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
In today's world, you need a bank that moves as fast as you move. A bank where personal relationships are still the norm and where your life, your business, and your needs come first. That's what you'll find at Cache Valley Bank. With locations in southern Idaho and throughout Utah, Cache Valley Bank offers you the personalized service of a hometown bank with the resources and capacities of a large bank. Visit Cache Valley Bank today. Let us help you build the financial network you need. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, we move to the bottom of the first inning, scoreless. And let's give you the Pocatello lineup as they come up here for the first time. As Cash Stuckey will lead off. He is in center field. The pitcher is Jordan Wild. He'll bat second. Noah Newsom is at third base, batting in the 3 spot. Parker Weinheimer does the catching. He'll hit fourth. Even Giesbrick moves up in the lineup up to the 5 spot. He's the shortstop. It'll be Coulter Wheatley. He's over in right field. He'll hit 6th. Tyler Adams, the designated hitter, bats 7th. Nate Rogers is at second base. He'll bat 8th. And Quinn McRory is in left field today. And he will bat in the number 9 spot today for the Pocatello Thunder. As the flex players, the first baseman today, Sawyer Myers, as he will not bat, or at least not starting off that way, will he have any at-bats in the game. So we're ready to go as we move along here to the bottom of inning number 1. Cade Oxborough on the mound, making his 8th appearance on the bump this year. Has a 3.44 ERA and already made his presence felt in the district tournament yesterday, as he picked up a save in that game as he pitched a scoreless 7th inning yesterday against Century. Faced only 4 batters. So here's Cash Stuckey to lead it off. Cash hitting from the right side. He's in center field today, but you've got to know that that if Wild's on a little bit of a short leash as the first pitch misses down low, ball one, Stuckey would be probably the first guy they would go to out of the bullpen if they needed another arm, especially late in the game. The 1-0 pitch. That is outside, ball two. 2 balls and no strikes to Cash Stuckey. Stuckey hitting .359 on the year, has 23 hits. He's driven in a dozen. As that next pitch misses down low, ball 3 balls and no strikes. In that 3-game series against Preston a couple of weeks ago, Stuckey was 3 for 7 with no RBIs in that 3-game series. The 3-0 pitch. That is over for a strike, and it's 3-1. Stuckey, who went 0 for 2 the other day in a game against Highland, the 3-1 pitch is hit foul at home plate, runs the count full. By going hitless, it snapped a 9-game hitting streak that he had. And even coming into today, he's still putting the ball in play very well. In fact, not only did he have that 9-game hitting streak, but he's also hit safely in 16 of the last 17 games overall. So Oxborough with a new ball, and there's the 3-2 pitch again to Stuckey. Rolls it to the right side, under the glove of Despain, into right field, base hit. So Stuckey leads off with a hit. And there's the first base runner of the game. And today's game brought to you by Cache Valley Bank, where your life, your needs, and your business all come first, with locations throughout southern Idaho and Utah. They're here to serve you, Cache Valley Bank. So the leadoff man aboard, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Jordan Wild. Oxborough works out of the stretch. Wild's going to bunt, gets it down, hard bunt as he bunts it to the third baseman. It goes across in time there for the out. Big turn at second base, and Preston not able to handle the return throw back to second, and there goes Stuckey for third. So Wild with the sacrifice bunt, 5-3, and then an error throwing back to second base on the first. Actually, should probably go on the shortstop on Thompson because he missed the ball. That allows Stuckey to get to third now with 1 out here in the bottom of inning number 1. And now here is Noah Newsom. So we're going to get a runner at first base. And now they're going to call the runner safe at first. So there'll be runner. Now they've overturned the call at first base, and the runner's safe at first. So Wild ends up beating the bunt out, so that'll be a single. And Pocatello have runners at the corners. And the Preston folks who made the drive over barking. And just like we talked about before, whenever there's a question in a game that involves Pocatello, it always seems to go their way. So runners at the corners, nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Runners, as we mentioned, at the corners, and now here is Noah Newsom, who also is going to bunt. Pushes it up along the first baseline as Oxborough down to get it. No play anywhere. So Newsom with the bunt single. That'll pick up a run as Stuckey comes in, and it's 1-0 Pokey here in the first inning, and there's still not an out in the game. So Pokey jumps out to a 1-0 lead. And here is Parker Weinheimer, the catcher, and he too is going to bunt. Pops it up, and foul ground is going to land untouched. So Pocatello seemed like they are going to be satisfied bunting until Preston shows they can field the bunt. So 0-1 the count here on Weinheimer. And the next pitch, again, going to bunt. Bunts it back to the mound. Oxborough down to get it. Has to go to first. Nobody covering the bag, and everybody's safe. Throw back to third, and that gets away. as that's going to allow another run to come in, and both runners move up the extra 90 feet. And right now, Preston is showing that they're their own worst enemy. And here comes Sean Thompson out to the mound to come out and talk to his team. So it's another bunt single for Pocatello as the bunt back to the pitcher, and nobody covered first base as the first baseman Bassett had charged to field the bunt, and Oxborough did feel it, turned to look to first, and Despain was still several steps away from the bag and couldn't go there. So they get 2 runs here in the bottom of the first inning already, as Preston has kind of shown that they will play fast and loose with the baseball when the opposition forces them into having to make a play. And that's exactly what Pocatello has done with all the bunts so far here in the first inning. So runners at second and third, 2 runs in, and still nobody out here in the bottom of the first, and that'll bring up Evan Giesbricht with runners at second and third. Preston will bring the infield up to try to cut down any further runs coming in. Giesbricht does not square to bunt and takes the pitch down low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. So 1-0 the count. Preston commits an error here in the inning already as check swing, as that's going to roll foul. And it's going to be 1 ball and 1 strike. So 4 straight hits to lead off here in the bottom of the first inning. 3 of the bunt variety. The 1-1 from Oxborough misses down and in. Nice save by Wall, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and a strike. As the folks from Preston, boy, they are barking over here in my stands to my right. As that pitch again misses down low, and Oxborough falls behind. 3 balls and a strike. Oxborough, because he pitched the 7th inning yesterday, is on about an 84 pitch limit today. The 3-1 pitch that's going to be hit to center. That's going to be in for a hit. That's going to get 1 in. Here comes Weinheimer to the plate. He will score, and it's 4-0 before the seats are hardly warm. So Giesbricht singles in 2. And that's 5 straight hits to open the bottom of the first inning. So Pocatello leading 4-0. And now here is Colton Wheatby, and he's going to bunt as he pushes it over on the first base side, and that's going to be a foul ball. So here's Wheatley at the plate. Wheatley hitless in his last 4 games, hitting just .218 on the year. No extra base hits on the season as he squares the bunt as they go to first base, and Giesbricht hops back on the bag. Wheatley in that series against Preston had 2 hits and 6 at-bats as he bunts it foul up along the first base side as Wall hops on it before it can roll back into fair territory. Now Wheatley behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Today's game brought to you by Puppy Steps Training, the ultimate board and training facility and experience for your dogs in both Utah and Idaho. For more information, check out their website at puppystepstraining.com. 0-2 the count on Coulter Wheatley, and the pitch is inside and hits him. So what was a bad start for the Indians goes from bad to worse as Oxborough hits a batter with an 0-2 pitch. And that's 6 straight players to reach base to open up the first inning. Puts runners at first and second again, and now here is Tyler Adams. Adams will hit from the right side here against Oxborough. Squares the bunt like everybody else, and the bunt is foul at home plate. Adams who hasn't had a whole lot of playing time of late. In fact, he hasn't played since that last series against the Indians, where he was 1 for 3 in that series against Preston. And he starts play today hitting an even 200 on the year. The 0-1 pitch. Going to bunt and bunts it foul back here behind home plate. Now he's behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. So 4-0 Pocatello on the flying Tideland Escrow scoreboard here just in the bottom of the first inning, and still nobody out as they are making Oxborough work right off the bat. There goes the runner to third, and the pitch swung on and missed, and the throw is high and late as they pull off the double steal as Adams goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So runners at second and third here again. And that brings up the second baseman, Nate Rogers.
Up to bat, number 33, Nate Rogers.
Runners at second and third, as again Preston will bring the infield up, try to cut down any further runs to come across. First pitch is hit on the ground to Despain. Dropped it, picked it up, has to go to first. The runner's coming to the plate and will score. They get the out. Despain dropped the ball. When he picked it up, he never looked back toward the runner at third base. And that's when Giesbrick broke after he threw it. And was able to beat the play home, and it's 5-0. And the 9th batter to hit here in the inning. Coming up here for Pocatello with a runner at third is Quinn McCrory, the left fielder. So Pocatello does exactly what Preston did to them in each of the 3 games of the series with a very fast start. As the pitch is up high, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. In the first inning of the 3 games head-to-head with Pocatello, Preston accounted for a combined 11 runs in the 3 games. As that pitch is outside, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Here today, Pocatello has 5 here in the bottom of the first inning. Here comes the 3-0 pitch from Oxborough, and that's over for a strike, and it's 3-1. 3 balls and a strike on McCrory. Oxborough sets again, checks the runner back behind him and comes home. That's hit along the left field line, fair into the corner. It's going to get the run in to make it 6-0. McCrory hustling for seconds in there with a double. And again, the folks from Preston off to my right are up in arms over that call along the line. As it certainly looked close, and the umpire called it fair, and it's going to go as an RBI double for McCrory, and it's 6-0. So 6-0. And back to the top of the order again, and Cash Stuckey, who got all this stuff started here in the first inning, as Wall turns and looks toward the folks in the stands and makes a kind of a signal with his hands. Okay, we've heard enough. As the pitch to Stuckey is a ground ball to third, and Benavides throws it way over Bassett's head, and it's 7-0. As Benavides launches one well over Bassett's head, he'll draw an error, second error of the inning against the Indians as McCrory comes in, and it's 7-0 here in the first inning. So here is Jordan Wells, who is the recipient of all of the offense, as Stuckey's going to third, ground ball to short. Thompson backhand, straightens, throws across in time, and the inning finally comes to an end after Pocatello sends 11 men to the plate. But 7 of them come in to score on 6 hits. There was 2 errors in the inning, and they leave a man on base here as well, as we are done with 1. And you couldn't ask for a worse start to the first inning for the Indians here to get this game going. after an inning on the Flying S Title and Escrow scoreboard. It's 7-0 Pocatello as we go to the second here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Purchasing land or a new home is one of life's major milestones. It says you're committed to a better life, to building something worthwhile. Since 1905, Flying S has been land title protectors, ensuring you have clear ownership rights to your home and your land. By blending personalized hometown customer service with sophisticated, cutting-edge technology, we meet each customer's real estate transaction needs. When you need a title company, choose the one that's been serving customers for over 119 years. Flying S Title and Escrow, 28 West Oneida, Preston.
Hi, I am Dr. Chelsea Morrison, the Primary Care Medical Director at Franklin County Medical Center. I'm here to tell you that one of the most important things you should do each year is see your doctor. A yearly checkup is a small way to prevent large health problems from happening. It is also an opportunity to get support for you and your family's health goals. Everyone, young or old, should have an annual wellness check, and chances are your insurance plan will cover it. Call to schedule your annual wellness checkup today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, we go to the second inning after Pocatello rolls a big 7 in the bottom of the first. In today's game brought to you by Flying S Title and Escrow. When you need a title company, choose the one that's been serving its customers for over 119 years. That's Flying S Title and Escrow. So for the Indians, after they go out in order in the top of the first inning, it'll be Sager Keller to lead off. Keller will be followed by Oxborough and Wall here in the top of the second, as the first pitch here from Wild is over for a strike. So 7-0 as the next pitch swung on and missed, as Keller finds himself behind in the count, now 0-2. Wild ready, comes back with the 0-2 pitch. Runs it up and in, and Keller swings through it and strikes out. First strikeout of the game here for Jordan Wild. Wild making his 8th appearance on the year. He is 3-1 with an ERA of 5.15. But when you give him 7 runs in the first inning, all he has to do now is just stand out there and throw strikes. Here's Cade Oxborough. Yes, Cade takes the first pitch. That's outside for a ball. Ball 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch home to Ox as he's takes that pitch outside. Ball 2-0. Oxborough hitless yesterday. He was 0 for 4. Was hit by a pitch early on with the bases loaded and forced over a run, so at least he got something to show for his day as he pops that ball up in foul territory. Giving chase is the third baseman Newsom, but he runs out of room, and it's 2 balls and a strike. So Cade hitting .262 at the start of play today. And the next pitch misses, breaking ball, misses down and in. 3 balls and a strike on Oxborough. They play him straight away and deep. The right fielder, Wheatley, kind of over toward the line. Just a few extra steps as that ball's hammered to right field. Wheatley's got a turn. It's over his head, but he catches up with it and makes the play. Nice play by Wheatley to turn and make the catch. That's 2 outs here in the second inning, and now here's Tristan Wall.
Up to bat for the Indians, number 2, Wall.
Wall, the catcher. As Wild rocks and comes home with the first pitch to Tristan, and that is just outside, ball 1. Wall with a couple of hits yesterday as he was 2 for 5. As that ball hit into right field, that'll be a base hit as he got it just over the first baseman Meyer's head, and that breaks the string of 5 straight recorded to open up the ball game by Jordan Wild as Preston gets their first hit of the game. So a runner at first and 2 outs, and now here is Tate Bassett. So here's Bassett at the plate. They go to first base, and Wall dives back in over at first. Bassett yesterday officially went 0 for 3, but he walked a couple of times. As time called, as Coach Hollingsworth wants to step in for a moment and say something into the ear of Tristan Wall over there at first base. And here's the first pitch here to Bassett. Breaking pitch down around his shoe tops as he swings through it, and it's 0-1. For Preston, they're not going to get the 7 runs back on one swing of the bat. They just go back to their game, put the ball in play, and chip away at that lead and try not to give up any more cheap runs. Little tapper out in front of the mound. Wild able to pick it up. He'll straighten, throw to first, and just like that, it's a bad throw. As going to third base is the catcher Wall. They'll stay there, and that'll be an error on the pitcher Wild. So that's exactly what they need to do. Put the ball in play and see what happens. As Preston now has runners at the corners after Wild commits the error. And now here is Levi Despain with a chance to pick up a couple of runs. So 2 outs, and here's Despain. Levi 1 for 2 with a couple of walks yesterday. Drove in a couple of runs as well. And up there now with 2 on and 2 out. And Wild backs off before coming home to Despain. Levi hitting .260 on the year. 13 hits and 11 RBIs now on the season. As they're going to go to third base, and diving back into the bag over there is Wall. Today's game brought to you by Yardmaster. The second inning brought to you by Yardmaster. You want to get that lawn of your dreams, you can sell. Comes with a 100% guarantee. Call Yardmaster at 435-755-6827. First pitch swung on and missed. It took something off of it, that big slow breaking pitch, as Despain not able to time it and swings through it, and it's 0-1. Wild ready again. The next pitch. That one's up high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. On Levi Despain, the second baseman, heading in the 8 spot today. Wild still not ready to come back, and now he steps off. As it's a little bit cool, pretty nice day, really, as the pitch bounces up there. 2 balls and a strike here on Despain. Few more clouds starting to move in. So it's gone from partly cloudy to, I would say, almost more mostly cloudy now. Ball hit off the end of the bat. Second baseman Rogers fields, throws across in time, and the inning is over, and Preston denied here in the top of the second inning. No runs, a hit, there was an error, and Preston leaves 2 as we are done with an inning and a half here on the Flying S Title and Escrow scoreboard. Preston trails 7-0. We'll go to the bottom of the second when we come back after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
It has been an unusual winter, but spring will be here before we know it. This is Trish with Yardmaster. It's time to plan for your summer services and take advantage of the prepaid discounts. Have the yard of your dreams with our professional services. Custom lawn fertilization with weed control, aerations, exterior bug sprays, and sprinkler maintenance. Call today, even if it's bad weather. We would love to help you save time and money with your beautiful lawns. Yardmaster Services.
There's no better family activity than a night out at the movies. Worm Creek Opera House Theater on State Street in Preston is your local home for first-run family movies. The historic theater offers top-flight comfort, the coolest refreshments, and quality entertainment, all at family prices. Stop by the Worm Creek Opera House at 70 South State Street in downtown Preston. For tickets, show times, and a list of upcoming attractions, go to wormcreek.org.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
All right, we go to the bottom of the second inning as Preston looking to have a little bit better result here as we go to the bottom of the second. They trail 7-0 after Pocatello sent 11 men to the plate in the first inning. And here as we go to the second, it'll be Noah Newsom, Parker Weinheimer, and Evan Giesbrick, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up here in the inning for the Thunder. So, game 2 of this district tournament, and this is where really the determinations are start to made here today, is the loser of this game will have to play in the elimination game tomorrow against Century. And I'm not saying that Preston is destined for that after giving up 7 runs in the first inning, but just by more of information more than anything else. So here's Newsom, had an RBI single in the first inning. As he's taking the first pitch, is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. So after all the bunts in the first inning, looks like now they want to come up and swing the bat, as the idea was to put the ball in play and make Preston make plays and force them to make errors, which they did, as they cost them. And they walk away from the first inning with a 7-0 lead as the pitch missed outside and low. Now the 1-1 offering. Misses inside this time, and it's 2 balls and a strike. So 2-1 on Newsom. Noah, the third baseman. Had 1 hit in the game against Highland earlier in the week. Hits this ball in the air to center, as the center fielder Day waiting for it to come down and puts the squeeze on it for the first out. So there's 1 out, and now here's Parker Weinheimer. Remember, for Pocatello, they're a team that really has to try to manufacture runs. They only hit .216 on the year as a team. As the first pitch to Weinheimer, half swing, goes too far. It'll cost him, and it's 0-1. Weinheimer, who was 0 for 2 in that game at Highland, as he had a hit in the first inning here today, and that snapped a 3-game hitless streak. As including that hit that he had in the first inning, he's 1 for his last 10 as he stands at home plate. Ball and a strike. Oxborough ready again, comes home with a 1-1. Again, hit in the air. It's the shortstop, Thompson, right on the edge of the grass to make the play. So Weinheimer pops up, and there's 2 outs. And now here's the shortstop, Evan Giesbrick, who singled his first time up as well. Giesbrick takes the first pitch outside and low, ball 1. 1 ball with no strikes. Giesbrick had a 4-game hitting streak snapped in that game at Highland, as that pitch misses inside and low, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. As he was 0 for 1 officially in that game. Had a couple of hits in the series against Preston earlier. As ground ball toward third, nice big hop there as the throw low, and it gets a bye over at first base again. That's another error against the Indians, and another free man on base as Giesbrick goes to second and now will stay there. So Giesbrick reaches on an error, and that is the third error against the Indians already in the game. And the second against Benavides over there at first base. At third base, rather. So the runner at second and 2 outs. Here is Coulter Wheatley. Wheatley, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. He was the one guy who got on with a free pass, and he's first ball swinging and pops it up to Spain, the second baseman, on the dirt portion of the infield there to put it away. And Preston is out of the inning. No runs, no hits. there was an error, and they leave one on base. So we are done with 2 here today on the Flying S Tile and Escrow scoreboard. Pocatello leads 7-0 on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Make the best deal you can. When it's time to buy or sell commercial or residential real estate, it's important to have Elisa Benson on your team. She is helpful, knowledgeable, honest, friendly, hardworking, and results-oriented. As a graduate of Preston High School, Elisa understands the real estate markets in Idaho and Utah. Call Elisa Benson today, North Realty Idaho and North Realty Utah. Elisa Benson, your proactive, trusted advisor.
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
Tristan Day leads it off for the Indians as we go to the third as Wild rocks and comes home. The first pitch is over for a strike. So showing this weekend at the theater there in Preston, it is Marvel Thunderbolts. As the next pitch today, today is rolled foul, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. For showtimes, ticket information, and coming attractions, check out their website at wormcreek.org. So a ball and a strike on Day to lead off here in the third. Day, the number 9 hitter in the lineup here for the Indians, as that pitch is a breaking ball that misses inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Whoops, he's got 1 and 2 is what the umpire says. So we got it backwards. So the 1-2 pitch misses outside, and the count evens up at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, and here's Day. Had a couple of hits yesterday against Century, drove in 2 runs. As that pitch swung on and missed, chased the breaking ball off the plate and goes down on strikes. Second strikeout for Jordan Wild in the game. And now it's back to the top of the order, and Jansen Hollingsworth, who grounded out to short his first time up, will come back up here for the Indians. Hollingsworth, 2 hits yesterday, has hit safely in 3 straight games. And starts play today hitting at 372, but that goes down a couple of ticks with that ground out that he had in the first inning, and takes the first pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 offering swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the third. Preston's committed 3 errors in the game. That led to a big early lead here for Pocatello as the 0-2 pitch misses outside. Again, tried to throw that breaking pitch off the plate to get him to chase it, but he doesn't bite. And it's 1-2 on Hollingsworth. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Bounces it up there. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a 2-2 count on Jansen Hollingsworth with 1 out here in the third. Here's the 2-2 offering. Rolled foul. Today's game brought to you by Rocky Mountain Power Watt Smart Homes. It's a program provided rebates for residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Find out how you can apply to you at wattsmarthomes.com today. 2-2 pitch, grounded to short. Giesbrick has a run up his arm. And Hollingsworth will be safe over there at first base. Second error of the game here against Pocatello. You know, we talked about it in the pregame show that when you sit back and you think of all the errors the Indians have made, they made 71 on the year. Coming into the game today, Pocatello had 78, and they've already committed 2 in the game. So here's Connor Thompson, who lined out his first time up, hit a ball on the screws, but right at the shortstop, Giesbrecht. As they go to first base and diving back to the bag, over there's Hollingsworth. Time called as Jansen needs to cinch up a shoe and get all the dirt out of his socks. Now gets off to a lead over there at first base. Thompson waiting at the plate. The first pitch to him is a fastball that's high. Ball one ball and no strikes. That's why I say for the Indians, as they go to first base, for the Indians, just hit the ball, put it in play, and do what they did to you. Make them make a play to get an out. Again, they go to first base, and Hollingsworth dives back to the bag. One and 0 the count. Wild sets, looks back over at first, comes home to Thompson, hit foul back into the screen, and it's a ball and a strike. One thing that both Pocatello and Century both do that Preston doesn't is they institute a pitch comm system to where the head coach over at the bench calls all the pitches. He has a walkie-talkie radio that the catcher has a little receiver in his chest protector. As a ball hit in the air to right field, Wheatley's got to come up and over toward the corner, and he can't get there. It bounces up off the wall. He's got to try to find it. Hollingsworth's got to hustle for third, and Thompson, not looking, runs up his back, and he's safe going back to second base. So the long wind-blown double by Thompson puts runners at second and third, and was still only one out in the inning. As Wheatley kept going back and kept going back. With the wind blowing that way, he could never catch up to it. As it was one hop off the fence in the deepest part of right field. And Hollingsworth, of course, had to make sure the ball was going to get in before he took off. And Thompson ran up his back and then had to slam on the brakes after he thought, oh, I'm going to get a triple. And he looked up, and Hollingsworth was just getting to third base. So he had to slam on the brakes and go back. And now here is Benavides, who fouled out his first time up. As the first pitch is a breaking ball, that is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Anyway, so the Pocatello and Century catchers both have a receiver in their chest protector and then a wire that goes up to an earpiece, or an IFB as they call it in the business, that they wear, and the manager can talk to them through that walkie-talkie from the bench. As a pitch hit foul off the first base side, and it's 0-2. Runners at second and third, one out. Preston threatening to get on the board and get back into the game. They trail 7-0 on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. Wild's 0-2 pitch to Benavides is outside. 1-2. Hollingsworth at third. Thompson at second. Wild back up on top. Now comes Set. Checks the runners and the 1-2 pitch to Benavides. That's hit in the air toward left center, but the wind is going to knock it down. In fact, it's Giesbrecht goes out to make the play. So it ends up as a pop-up to the shortstop. Now there's 2 outs. And Sager Keller will come to the plate. Preston left 2 runners on last inning, and they have 2 runners on here. As Keller comes to the plate. Keller was a strikeout victim to open the second inning here in the game for the Indians, so he's 0 for 1 on the day. Keller had 1 hit yesterday, was walked, also hit by a pitch, but he scored a couple of times in the game yesterday against Century. As that pitch is outside, ball 1 ball and no strikes. Keller, who hit safely in 2 of the now make it 3 of the 4 games with the hit that he had yesterday, hit safely in 3 of the 4 games against Century. Wild's 1-0 pitch is outside low at the breaking pitch, ball 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs, top of the third, 7-0 Pocatello. Wild ready again, works out of the stretch, looks over at third, comes home to Keller, and it's rolled foul, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Today's game brought to you by Ralph's Construction, building fine custom homes throughout the area. Call for more information at 435-232-1837. 2 balls and a strike on Keller. As the next pitch home, fastball misses high and away, ball 3. It's 3-1. Cade Oxborough would be next. 3 balls and a strike on Sager Keller. Wild ready again. Here's the 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed. And the count runs full, 3-2. Took something off that breaking pitch as Keller swang through it. Now here comes the 3-2 pitch on the way from Wild as he sets at the belt. And the 3-2 offering hit foul back into the screen. Keller again back up there, and the 3-2 pitch again hit in the air to right field. He's going to get out of the inning again as Wheatley makes the catch. And for the second inning in a row, Preston leaves a couple of men on base. No runs, a hit, an error, and 2 left. Same line as last inning the Indians had as we'll go to the bottom of the third after 2.5. It's 7-0 Pocatello on the Flying S Title and Escrow scoreboard as we go bottom 3. Coming back after this commercial message here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you'll be appreciated. It's even better to know that you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciates every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car or truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. 17 South State Street, Preston.
It's the best feeling when you've had a long drive and you see your hotel, the Come On Inn, Casper. That means your day just got better. At the Come On Inn, you have lots of options. Unwind in the hot tub, go for a swim, relax in the beautiful atrium, and sleep in total comfort. Centrally located, the Come On Inn is close to everything. In the morning, start your day with a delicious breakfast. Top it all off with an amazing, friendly staff who is always glad to see you. It doesn't get better than that. When you're in Casper, always stay at the Come On Inn.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, we go bottom 3 here from Halliwell Field in Pocatello, where Pocatello leading 7-0 after rolling a big 7 in the bottom of the first inning.
11, Tyler Adams.
Tyler Adams will lead it off. Adams, Rogers, and McCrory, the bottom 3 of the order here, due up in the third inning against the left-hander Cade Oxborough. As the first pitch here misses down low, ball 1, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Adams, a strikeout victim in the first inning, so he comes in 0 for 1. As the next pitch again misses down and around his shoe tops, and it is 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0 the count on Adams. As the next pitch again misses down and in, and it's ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes as Ox falls behind here early to Adams, a guy who doesn't get a whole lot of chances to play. As Adams wants to cinch up his shoe here real quick. Trying to tie his shoe with batting gloves on. Try that one. Oxborough falls behind 3-0 on the leadoff man here in the inning. Left-hander's 3-0 pitch. It is a called strike. And it's 3 balls and a strike here on Adams. Adams 5 for 25 overall on the year, a 200 batting average at the start of play today. Here's the 3-1 from Oxborough. Misses down low, ball 4. So the leadoff man draws a walk here in the third. And that'll bring up Nate Rogers, the second baseman. With everything that happened, giving up 7 runs for Oxborough, believe it or not, that's the first walk that he's allowed in the game. So the leadoff man on, and here's Rogers. They're going to go back to showing bunt again as he takes that pitch down and in, ball 1. Rogers, whose uniform number is 9 on the roster, but he's wearing 33 with these red jerseys they have on today. As the 1-0 pitch again shows bunt. That pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Today's game brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, where they have all the parts you need to keep your car or truck running strong. Stop in and see them at 17 South State Street in Preston. The 1-1 pitch. Again, the bunt is down. Oxborough down to get it. They have to go to first, and they make the play there as Bassett hangs near the bag as the bunt on the third base side. And the sacrifice will work. 1-3 for the first out as Adams moves up to second base on the bunt.
Up to bat, number 42, Quinn McCory.
So here's Quinn McCory. McCory doubled homer run his first time up. And now up there with another chance to drive in a run. 1 out here in the third. As that pitch is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. The 1-0 pitch. McCrory's going to show bunt again and rolls it foul. So they're trying to go back to the bunt here with the bottom of the order and try to set things up for the big guys to come back up as Cash Stuckey waits on deck. 1 out. 0-1 on McCrory. Adams at second base, having led off the inning with a walk. Sacrificed to second. Here's the 0-1. That's hit in the air toward the second baseman, Despain. Just has to go back a couple of steps and makes the catch. Now there's 2 outs. Now you got to get out of the inning by getting Cash Stuckey. Stuckey singled and reached on an error. Both of those coming in the first inning. So Stuckey, who with a hit in the first inning has now hit safely in 17 of the last 18 games he has played, as the breaking ball misses down and in, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. And he has 4 hits in 9 at-bats against the Indians, including the 3-game series that they played, about 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago. Next pitch, fastball, that is a strike, and it's 1-1. So a ball and a strike on Stuckey. Two outs, bottom of the third. Again, the pitch misses outside. Trying to see if they can get him to chase one off the plate, but he wouldn't bite, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1. Stuckey back up in there. As the next pitch is on the inside half for a called strike, and it's 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on Benavides, on Stuckey rather. Adams with a lead away from second. The 2-2 pitch hit foul at home plate. As it stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Preston will come back up, try to get something going, get on the scoreboard as they trail 7-0. They've left men on base in each of the last 2 innings. 2 men on base, as a matter of fact. So they left 4 in 2 innings. As the 2-2 pitch hit on the air along the right field line, coming over is Hollingsworth, not able to make the play, as Stuckey will have a double, and it's 8-0. He sliced that ball along the right field line. It landed just fair and just out of the reach of Hollingsworth. So Stuckey with his second hit of the game. RBI double to score Adams. And now here is the pitcher, Jordan Wild. So 8-0. There goes Stuckey for third, and the throw is not in time. He's stolen it. So 0-1 the count as the first pitch to Wild was a strike. The 0-1 pitch hit foul back over our heads, back out toward the parking lot, and now Oxborough ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Ready again. The 0-2 offering is on the corner. Strike 3 called, and Oxborough gets out of the inning without giving up any more runs, as they get just 1 in the inning on 1 hit, plus a walk, and they leave 1 on base. So we are done with 3. We'll move along to the 4th on the Flying S Tile and Escrow scoreboard. It reads Pocatello 8, Preston nothing, as we'll go to the 4th here on the My Local Radio Sports Network. We'll be right back.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
For 78 years, West Motor Company has stood by your family. While the generations have come and gone, our commitment to quality and service has never wavered. Our team is here to ensure you find the vehicle that keeps your loved ones safe on every journey. When trust matters most, choose West Motor Company, now proud to be part of the Mountain West Auto Group.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cashback for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
All right, we go to the 4th as Kate Oxborough leads it off for the Indians, trailing 8-0. Oxborough, Wall, and Bassett, 4, 5, and 6. Check that, 5, 6, and 7, I should say, for the Indians as they come up here in the top of inning number 4. The right-hander Wild set to go to work as Oxborough flew out to right his first time up, and the first pitch misses outside, ball 1, and is 1 ball and no strikes. All right, there's a number of games played yesterday in the tournaments around the area. Of course, Century and Preston played yesterday as well. We'll take a look at some of the results from yesterday's games as the next pitch to Oxborough is popped up in the infield. It'll be the first baseman Myers to put it away for the first out. So the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Bighorn Cleaning. If you have tile, grout, upholstery, or carpet in your home or office that needs attention, call Bighorn Cleaning at 208-317-6544. Here's Tristan Wall. Singled and got as far as third base, but was left there as the first pitch over for a strike. Games of interest he played yesterday. Highland beat Thunder Ridge by a score of 11-1 in the 6A tournament as Wall just a little floater against the second baseman coming over. This time it's Rogers to make the play, and there's 2 outs. So a couple of soft pop-ups in the infield, and there's 2 outs, and that'll bring up Tate Bassett. Rigby beat Madison 7-4 yesterday. Bear Lake was a winner. They knocked off American Falls by the score of 5-2 in the 4A tournament. As Bassett asks for and gets timeout, now climbs back in. As the first pitch to Tate He's taking, and it's outside, ball one. Bonneville muscled up for 11 runs yesterday against Hillcrest and beat the Knights as a pitch breaking ball swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. Shelley was a 10-3 winner over Idaho Falls. Timberline beat Kuna over in Boise by a score of 10-5. As the 1-1 pitch sliced along the left field line, that's going to get in for a hit. Third hit of the game for the Indians. First one for Bassett, who reached on an error his first time up. As Preston's had 1 hit now in each of the last 3 innings. So runner at first base and 2 outs, and here's Levi Despain. Narshe Valley beat Malad yesterday by a score of 10-5. Lewiston beat Sandpoint 5-4. Blackfoot picked up a win over Skyline yesterday by a 10-7 score, the same score the Indians had. First pitch home here to Despain. Low, ball 1 ball and no strikes. Over in the Boise Valley area, Capital beat Bora 7-3. Eagle shut out Meridian 12-0. Fruitland beat Homedale yesterday 3-1. Big chopper toward third. That's going to be a foul ball. Newsom tried to charge it and catch it in fair territory, but it was foul before it got to the bag. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And Ridgeview beat Boise yesterday by shutout as they beat them 10-0. And that's your look at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Bighorn Cleaning. Call them at 208-317-6544. They're right here in Preston. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball outside. 2 balls and a strike on Levi Despain. 8-0. Preston trails and trying to get off the mat here. 2 outs and a man at first. The next pitch swung on and missed. Breaking ball, Despain way out in front of it, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Despain climbs back in, Wild back up on top, and the 2-2 pitch. Misses down and away. Would not go after that breaking ball. Now the count is full 3-2, so Bassett can be away on the pitch. Here with a full count pitch coming up with 2 outs. So very small lead over at first. Bassett goes, and the 3-2 pitch is a 1-hopper at short. Giesbrick has to go the long way. On a bounce, it gets away from Myers, and both runners will move up the extra base. Be another error against Pocatello, their 3rd of the game. As Giesbrick's throw was a little short over at first base, and Myers not able to dig it out of the dirt. And Preston will have runners at 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. And now here's Tristan Day, who struck out his first time up, and Preston trying not to leave 2 men on base for the 2nd inning in a row. Or check that, for the 3rd inning in a row. As the first pitch today, ground ball toward third. Charging is Newsom from right along the line, throws across, and once again Preston leaves 2 more men on the base paths. No runs, a hit, an error, and 2 left. They left the exact same stats for each of the last 3 innings as Preston. If they can pick up those runs, they'd be back in the game. But they've left 6 men on base in the last 3 innings, and we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. We're still on the Flying S Tideland Escrow scoreboard. It's Pocatello 8, Preston 0 here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When you're hungry for a delicious burger, roast beef sandwich, and an ice-cold soda, stop at Papa J's Deli in Clifton, Idaho. You'll get an amazing meal at an affordable price, and you'll enjoy great conversation. Papa J's is famous for the best beef jerky, but you'll also find a delicious menu, a friendly staff, great snacks, and good friends at Papa J's Deli. Stop in today to satisfy your hunger. Papa J's, 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
105.5 FM KACH.
I'm Dan Keller, Mayor of Preston, and we are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Jay Butters with Alta Bank, and we are Preston Proud, Idaho Strong.
Hi, this is Lyle Fuller with the Fuller & Fuller Law Firm, and we are Preston proud and Idaho strong.
Hi, I'm Larry Morrison with Evergreen Financial Partners. We are Preston proud and Idaho strong.
105.5 KACH. We're Preston proud, Idaho strong, serving Franklin County and beyond.
So as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning, Preston's going to start making some changes as they'll have a new pitcher come in. This will be Ezra Benavides, who's going to come in and pick up here for Cade Oxborough. So Oxborough goes 3 innings today. And first man he'll face is Noah Newsom. So it's Newsom, Weinheimer, and Giesbrick to face Benavides, and the first pitch from the right-hander over for a strike. Oxborough goes 3 innings, gives up 7 hits and 8 runs, and now playing third base is Hollingsworth as Newsom lines one right down there, and Hollingsworth able to backhand it before he can head down the line. So 1 out, and Parker Weinheimer comes up. Oxborough gives up the 8 runs, walked 1, struck out 1, ground ball to third. Hollingsworth has that and quickly goes across, and there's 2 outs. So 2 up, 2 down. And here's the shortstop, Evan Giesbrick, who's doubled home a couple of runs and reached on an error. Benavides. First pitch to Giesbrick kind of bends him backwards a little bit with a curveball that doesn't and stays up and in, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0. It is just outside and off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes on Giesbrick. There's the 2-0 pitch. Little looper towards short. Despain will put that away. And Pocatello is out in order on 3 very soft plays in the infield as Giesbrick pops up to the third baseman, and Pocatello's gone 1-2-3 here in the top of the 5th. They lead 8-0 on the Flying S Tile and Escrow scoreboard. We go to the 5th coming up after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
In a world that's full of unknowns, you don't have to worry about whether or not your insurance has got you covered when life throws you a curveball. If your coverage is with Farm Bureau, the Smith Insurance Agency in Preston, offering policies from auto to home, farm and ranch to crop insurance, and business to life insurance. The Smith Insurance Agency does it all. No matter what challenges life brings, you're not alone. Make sure you've got the right coverage in the right areas of your life. Schedule a free insurance review today with Farm Bureau, the Smith Insurance Agency in Preston.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cashback for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
All right, Preston starts from the top of the order as we go here to the 5th. They trail 8-0. Hollingsworth, Thompson, and Benavides due up as the first pitch to Jansen popped up. Second baseman, that is Rogers to make the play. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. So with 1 out, here comes Connor Thompson. Thompson today doubled his last time up, hit that ball down the right field line that Wheatley couldn't quite catch up to. Now, the wind was blowing harder than it is right now, and it just kept blowing the ball away from him. And by the time he couldn't make the play, time he got it back in, Thompson had a double. But still, Preston left 2 men on base that inning as that pitch again misses up high. 1 ball and 1 strike on Connor Thompson, who hit one on the screws in the first inning, but he hit it right at the shortstop Giesbrick for an out. Ground ball foul, and it's 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the pitch home to Thompson, the 1-2 misses outside. The count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Connor. Had 4 hits yesterday. It's a pretty good hitting background here, looking out over center field into the trees and the park out beyond, as the next pitch, fastball in the outside corner for a called 3rd strike. So Thompson takes that pitch for a strike.
Up the bat, number 20, Benavides.
3rd strikeout for Wild. Now here's Benavides. Ezra 0 for 2, fouled out and popped up. As the first pitch to Benavides misses outside. Today's game brought to you by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. Remember, you can order that great world-famous hickory smoked jerky online. As the 1-0 pitch misses again. Ball 2, 2-0. You can order it online at papajs.com. People just rave about how good that jerky is. 2-0 pitch to Benavides. Swung on and missed. It's 2-1. So Preston went out in order in the first inning. Then 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th. In fact, including this inning, in 4 of the 5 innings, as that ball again hit in the air, Wheatley goes back and makes the catch. And for the second time today, Preston's out in order, 1, 2, 3, and we will go to the bottom of the 5th. After 4.5, it's Pocatello 8, Preston nothing on the Flying S Tile and Escrow scoreboard here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It's always nice to know who you're working with, especially when it comes to legal documents, loans, and title insurance tied to your home. Company-wide, Northern Title has been providing exceptional title work since 1977. In the Preston office, you work with Jan Stone, Monique Bear, Melanie Olson, Cassidy Loya, Afton Jones, and Charlie Bear. Let us answer any questions you have about title work, title insurance, and closings. We look forward to serving all of your title needs. Northern Title in Preston, Idaho. Good deeds done daily. Contact us today.
Go Preston!
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your life. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Go to the bottom of the 5th, and then the game today brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to you to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today at 208-852-2364. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Coulter, Wheatley, Tyler Adams, and Nate Rogers due up. They lead 8-0 as Benavides came in and got the side out in order in his first inning of work last inning. The first pitch on the hands to Wheatley is hit foul, and it's 0-1. Wheatley was hit by a pitch and popped up, so officially he's 0 for 1 in the game. The 1-0, as I should say the 0-1, misses up high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Indians playing straight away as Benavides comes home with a 1-1 pitch. That's going to be rolled foul outside of third. Now it's 1-2, the count on Wheatley. So Preston, who's running out of outs, got to get something going offensively as that pitch is up high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Preston's had the leadoff batter on in 1 inning in the game. A leadoff walk as that pitch swung on and missed as Wheatley chases it off the plate as he'll strike out to open up here in the 5th. And there's 1 out, and here comes Tyler Adams.
Sawyer Myers.
Whoop. It will not be Adams. It'll be Sawyer Myers who will now hit. So Myers, who was the flex player, is now going to step in and take over and hit here for Adams, who was the designated hitter, as the first pitch misses outside. So as the ground ball hit right to Oxborough, who takes over at first base, and Cade carries it to the bag, and there's 2 outs. So 2 outs. Now here's Nate Rogers. For the Indians.
Up bat for Thunder, number 33, Nate Rogers.
I'll correct myself. In every inning, Wild has gotten the first 2 men up to bat to make out. So Preston, in every inning, has started in the hole at 2 outs with nobody on. And their inability to pick up the big 2-out hit in each of the 3 innings they left men on base, left the 6 men on base. And that's why they're still getting shut out here as we play in the bottom of the 5th, as the next pitch to Rogers is hit foul back into the screen, and Benavidez jumps out in front. No balls and 2 strikes. Benavidez comes home. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball hit foul off the first base side. That is, it stays at no balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2 on Rogers. Grounded out. As the pitch again hit foul back into the screen. Today's game brought to you by Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. Let me correct myself. He had a sacrifice bunt his last time up, so officially he is 0 for 1 on the game. The 0-2 pitch misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Preston with just 3 hits in the game. 1-2 from Benavidez, again popped up foul. Stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Wild, who had won 3 games on the year for Pocatello. He was 3-1 coming in. Of course, when you think about it, he's won almost half of their games, as the 1-2 pitch goes all the way to the backstop, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Pokey had only won 8 games coming into the game here today on the year, but 3 of them were by Wild. The 2-2 pitch misses low, runs the count full, 3-2. So Benavidez, who got the first 2 strikes, and now he's kind of nibbled a little bit. And Rogers has run the count full, 3-2. Now the 3-2 pitch coming up. Popped up into short right center. Here comes the right fielder, and there to make the catch is Bassett, as Benavidez has come in, and he has retired 6 in a row for the Indians, as he's put the side out in order in his 2 innings of work. So we'll go to the 6th. We're done with 5 on the Flying S Title and Escrow scoreboard. It's still Pocatello 8, Preston nothing on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Hi, I'm Brad Phillips, professional trainer and owner of Puppy Steps Training. I believe that life is more enjoyable with a well-trained dog. That's why my team and I have come together to give you the ultimate dog training experience through Puppy Steps Training. Our 8-week board and train program is specifically designed to give your puppy a head start on life. Along with access to our extensive training material, you will receive daily progress reports, weekly photo and video updates, and a hands-on training demonstration. Discover the ultimate dog training experience with Puppy Steps Training, the premier dog training facility in northern Utah, and proud supporter of Westside and Preston High School athletics.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. Our experts self-perform all phases of construction on new or existing structures, such as site excavation, access road creation, concrete foundations, welding, and the installation and maintenance of piping, tanks, metal buildings, and more. Our turnkey services will have your facility operational quickly and safely. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
All right, we start the sixth as it'll be Sage Keller to lead off for the Indians. First pitch swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Keller, who's been up there twice in the game, he's 0 for 2. As Wild gets the first pitch over for a strike, the next pitch over again, and jumps out in front of Keller. No balls and 2 strikes here to lead off in the top of the sixth. The 0-2 pitch hit in the air to center. Stuckey's right there. Makes the catch for the out. So Keller flies out to center. That's the first out of the inning. And now here is Cade Oxborough. And once again, Wild's at it again. So if he gets Oxborough, that'll be 6 innings in a row that he gets the first 2 men in the inning. As first pitch to Cade. Look out. That's rifled right back through the middle. As Oxborough picks up his first hit of the game, as he is 1 for 3. This is the 4th hit for the Indians. As Jordan Wild looked a lot like Charlie Brown there with the ball going rifling right back through the middle, trying to get out of the way of it. So 1 on, 1 out. Now here's the Preston catcher, Tristan Wall, who singled and popped up. He too is 1 for 2. So Preston now with 4 hits in the game, but never more than 1 in an inning. Wild comes home. Wall's going to bunt. Right back to the pitcher. He has 1 play to first base as Wall is out. 1-3. Give him a sacrifice, but that's 2 outs in the inning. And that'll bring up Tate Bassett with Oxborough at second base. So here's Bassett's reached on an error and singled. So he's 1 for 2 on the day. He reached on an error charged against Wild as he chops that one back over the middle. Giesbrick charging, tries to backhand, and it sneaks through into center field. And coming home to score is Oxborough to break the deadlock, I should say the goose egg for the Indians, as Bassett with his 2nd hit of the day and picks up an RBI. So it's 8-1 as Preston gets on the scoreboard. And now here is Levi Despain. Despain is grounded out and reached on an error. So 8-1 as Preston picks up a run. First pitch to Despain misses outside with that hard slider. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Unfortunately for the Indians, they have just 4 outs left in the game as the next pitch swung on and missed. And it's 1-1 on Levi Despain. So if they're going to make something happen, they got to start making it happen now. And they also at the same time have to keep Pocatello off the board for the rest of the game as Despain bangs one in the left field. That's going to be a hit. It's going to get past McCroy, go all the way to the wall as they're going to send Bassett home. Bad knee and all, and scores from first. As it gets away from the catcher and going to third base is Despain on the RBI double. So Bassett scores, and the throw gets away on the way back into the infield. It'll be an error, and that will allow Despain to move to third base. And here comes the head coach for Pocatello out to the mound as he comes out to talk to his pitcher and talk to his infield, just to kind of get their attention again as Benny Benavides comes out to talk to his infield. He'll turn and head back toward the dugout, so he's going to stay with Wild. As Preston with 2 runs here in the inning on a couple of hits. Another error against Pocatello. That's their 4th of the game. And once again, here's Tristan Day, and they asked him to come up with 2 outs and extend the inning. They asked him to do that in the third and in the fourth, and he made out both times. So here he is again with 2 outs and men on base for the Indians. And the first ball hit foul back over our heads, and it's 0-1. So it's 8-2. Wild comes home. The 0-1 pitch misses outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. If Day can reach, then Preston will have the top of the order coming up behind him. Ball and a strike. As the pitch home from Wild, off speed, he's out in front of it, and it's 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Preston has 2 runs home here in the inning. And the 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. So he chased it out there once, stay with it. And again, Day chases it off the plate once again. And it's the 4th strikeout of the day for Wild. The Indians are gone here in the top of the 6th, but they get 2 runs on 2 hits. There was an error, and they leave 1 on base. So Preston gets on the scoreboard as we go bottom 6 here from Halliwell Field in Pocatello, where it's the Thunder 8 and the Indians 2 on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
At Bighorn Cleaning, we understand that maintaining a clean environment is essential for both comfort and health. That's why we specialize in a variety of services, including carpet, upholstery, grout, and tile cleaning. Whether it's reviving the vibrancy of your carpets, restoring the freshness of your upholstery, or rejuvenating the shine of your tile, we deliver exceptional results every time. With our competitive pricing and unmatched expertise, we strive to make your cleaning experience hassle-free. Contact us at 208-317-6544 to schedule your next cleaning appointment.
When you're hungry for a delicious burger, roast beef sandwich, and an ice-cold soda, stop at Papa J's Deli in Clifton, Idaho. You'll get an amazing meal at an affordable price, and you'll enjoy great conversation. Papa J's is famous for the best beef jerky, but you'll also find a delicious menu, a friendly staff, great snacks, and good friends at Papa J's Deli. Stop in today to satisfy your hunger. Papa J's, 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Today's game brought to you in part by Elisa Benson, trusted real estate advisor. When it's time to buy or sell commercial or residential real estate, call Elisa Benson at North Realty, Idaho and North Realty, Utah. 8-2 Pocatello leads here in the bottom of the 6th inning as the number 9 hitter, Quinn McCrory, leads it off as he takes the first pitch inside for a ball. The next pitch from Benavides, that's swung on and missed, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. McCrory doubled home a run in the first inning and then popped up. He's 1 for 2. Time called. Yes. Not sure exactly what the problem was, but the home plate umpire called time for a minute. Benavides comes right back with the 1-1, and it's swung out and missed. And it's 1-2. Benavides came in relief to start the 4th inning for Cade Oxborough, and all he's done is set down 6 in a row. Make it 7 as he gets McCrory on strikes. So there's 1 out, back to the top of the order, and Cash Stuckey will come back up. Stuckey singled, doubled, reached on an error, drove in a run, and scored a run. And for Pocatello, he's pretty much done what the leadoff man needed to do, make things happen. As the first pitch here, that is up high, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. So the senior with a leading hitter on the team certainly has set the table as he had the 1-0 pitch over for a strike. And it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Benavides ready again. And the 1-1 pitch. Up high, ball 2, 2-1. Two and 1 the count. As the 2-1 offering is low. As Benavides falls behind Stuckey, 3 balls and a strike. As the right-hander comes home, the 3-1. Hit foul off the first base side, now runs the count full, 3-2 on the center fielder, Cash Stuckey. Getting some action down in the bullpen for Pocatello down in the left field corner. As the 3-2 pitch to Stuckey is on the corner, strike 3 called. Wow. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Benavides. That's 8 in a row set down by Benavides. And with 2 outs and nobody on, here's Jordan Wild, the pitcher. 1 for 3 in the game. Bunt single in the first inning, in which he was called out, and then an appeal play by somebody in the dugout for Pocatello, and the umpires changed their call, and that kind of was the first of several bizarre things that happened in the first inning as the pitch rolled foul, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Also a ball hit along the right field line that everyone sitting in the first base stands from Preston all thought was foul, as that ball popped up right around second base, and it's going to fall, and it's going to be like a little 9-iron for Wild, and he's going to beat it out. So Thompson was playing so deep he couldn't react to the ball, and it goes as an infield hit, and that breaks a string of outs for Benavides at 8 in a row, as Wild has his second hit of the game. And now here is Noah Newsom, who singled in the first inning and since then has flown out and lined out. So here's Newsom with 2 down and a runner at first. In the bottom of the 6th, the runner's going. The pitch is outside, and the throw through is not in time. So 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. That's going to find its way into center field. And coming around third on his way home is Wild, and it's 9-2. RBI single by Newsom, his second RBI of the day. So back-to-back hits after 2 were out in the inning, and now here is Parker Weinheimer, the catcher. Weinheimer today singled in the first inning and since then has made 2 outs. Again, the runner going. The throw on a bounce is pretty good, but not in time. Pocatello had 6 hits in the first inning, and since then, 3. Ground ball wide of third, knocked down, picked up by Thompson. He'll throw it across the diamond, and it gets away from Oxborough. Coming home to score is Newsom. Weinheimer will end up at second base on what will be a tough hit. No error. I should say there'll be an error on the throw. So there'll be an infield hit and an error on the shortstop, Thompson, to allow Weinheimer to get to second base. The reason he gets a hit is because the play was originally by the third baseman who had to dive to try to make the play, and he deflected it over to Thompson. So because the ball was deflected and originally touched by the third baseman, it's an infield hit and the error, as Newsom comes in to score the second run of the inning, and it's 9-2 as they bluff back to second base. Check that, 10-2 is what I meant to say, as the pitch rolled foul up along the third base side here on Giesbricht. Giesbricht singled, reached on an error, and popped up. He also, the middle of the lineup is all 1 for 3. In fact, it pretty much stays that way down to the end of the lineup, too, as that pitch, a breaking ball that misses outside, and it's 1-2. 2 outs, 2 runs in. 10-2, Pokey on top. The 1-2 pitch, line toward left field. That's going to get in for a hit. By the time Keller comes over to get it, coming around third is Weinheimer, and it's 11-2. So Giesbrick with the RBI single. Third run of the inning. That's 4 straight hits after getting the first 2 outs in the inning. And now here is Carter Wheatley, who's the one guy who does not have a hit. As the pitch in the dirt, runner going, and he'll steal second base. As it's fairly evident that Pocatello wants to end the game right here on the 10-run rule. As they were trying to manufacture runs wherever they can in the inning. That ball driven to center. Coming up on the ball is the center fielder, Day, as he'll fly out to center. As they'll have to settle for just the 3 runs on 3 hits. There was an error and 1 man left as Wheatley flies out to end the inning. And we will go to the 7th. Done with 6 on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. Pocatello 11, Preston 2. We'll go to the 7th coming up after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
In today's world, you need a bank that moves as fast as you move. A bank where personal relationships are still the norm and where your life, your business, and your needs come first. That's what you'll find at Cache Valley Bank. With locations in southern Idaho and throughout Utah, Cache Valley Bank offers you the personalized service of a hometown bank with the resources and capacities of a large bank. Visit Cache Valley Bank today. Let us help you build the financial network you need. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC.
It has been an unusual winter, but spring will be here before we know it. This is Trish with Yardmaster. It's time to plan for your summer services and take advantage of the prepaid discounts. Have the yard of your dreams with our professional services. Custom lawn fertilization with weed control, aerations, exterior bug sprays, and sprinkler maintenance. Call today, even if it's bad weather. We would love to help you save time and money with your beautiful lawns. Yardmaster Services.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
We'll go to the 7th inning as the leadoff man due up. Jansen Hollingsworth, but he will not hit. It'll be Jansen, Broadhead to come up and hit here for Hollingsworth, the leadoff here in the 7th inning. So it's Justin Broadhead as he takes the 1 ball, 1 strike. Wild comes in, breaking ball, that misses inside. Two balls and a strike to Broadhead as he rolls the ball foul. Stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wild ready. Here comes the 2-2 offering. Breaking pitch. Inside corner. Strike 3 called. So he dropped that on the inside half, and Broadhead goes down on strikes. So that's 1 out here in the 7th. And that'll bring up Connor Thompson. Thompson, 1 hit today. That was a double back in the 3rd inning as he rolls the first pitch up along the 3rd base line foul. And today's game brought to you by West Motors, your only stop for new or used cars, I should say, in Preston or in Logan, now part of the Mountain West Auto Group. As the 0-1 pitch hit foul, that's going to head to the parking area, and it's 0-2 on Thompson. Thompson may have had the hardest ball hit by an Indian batter in the whole game. That was in the 1st inning when he lined out to the shortstop Giesbrick. The 0-2 pitch rolled foul outside of 3rd, and it stays at 0-2. 1 out, top of the 8th, top of the 7th. It just feels like 8 innings. The 0-2 again to Thompson. Hit foul again. Center fielder Stuckey wanders over into left center just a little bit here. And again, the 0-2 pitch to Thompson. Goes up to get it, but lines it to left field. Going back on the ball is McElroy, and he makes the catch going away. So Thompson out on a good catch by the left fielder McElroy. And Preston down to their last out. And now here is Ezra Benavides, 0 for 3. As the pitch from Wild comes home, fastball outside corner at the knees, and it's 0-1. Wild just trying to pick up the last 3 outs here and go home as that pitch misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Preston with 5 hits in the game. That pitch misses, 2-1. Pocatello has certainly helped things along with 4 errors, but both sides have committed 4 errors in the game today. The 2-1 pitch swung out and missed, and Benavides down to his last strike, as it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Benavides back up there. Wild looks over the top of the glove, and here's the 2-2 offering. Hit in the air along the left field line. Coming over again is McElroy, and he's not able to get this one. It's going to be called a fair ball, as now McElroy's got to get up and hobbles over to the ball, and Benavides is going to go to second base with a double. Now we got to check on the left fielder, make sure he's okay. He made that outstanding catch going away just a moment ago for the second out of the inning, and now coming over toward the line, and he's hobbling and not able to put much weight on his left leg. I'm not sure if he landed awkwardly and maybe hurt a knee, or if he's maybe pulled a hamstring. But he is not able to put a whole lot of weight on that left leg, and he's going to have to come out as Coach Benavides meets him at the foul line, and he will just continue to walk toward the dugout as he will leave, as McElroy will give way. They'll have a new left fielder here with 2 outs after the double by Benavides, his first hit of the game and hit number 6 on the day for the Indians. So Benavides looking at his lineup card to see who he's going to be able to put out there as he walks back toward the dugout. And McElroy very gingerly is going to make his way down the stairs with the trainers in tow. And now he's going to come out and talk to Wild, see if Wild is even going to continue, as it'll be Caden Kingzio who's going to go in and play left field. Kingzio started a game against the Indians during the series there, but he's going to come in and play left field here with 2 outs. So Benavides goes to the mound. He's going to stay here with Wild here, I believe. And with 2 outs and a man at second base, it's going to get Sager Keller back up to the plate. Keller's 0 for 3 as he comes back up there. Keller with 2 outs. Benavides doubles along the left field line. First pitch to Keller from Wild is taken for a strike with a breaking pitch, and it's 0-1. Wild looks back at second base again in the 0-1. That misses outside with a fastball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So Keller trying to get on and extend the game here for the Indians. Oxborough would be next for Preston. As the next pitch to Keller again misses outside. And it's ball 2 balls and a strike. Sager, who has hit safely in 3 of the 4 games against Century, but today, boy, he has been thoroughly throttled back as the 2-1 pitch misses high, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Now the 3-1 pitch to Keller. It's up high, ball 4, and it extends the inning. So Keller walks as he reached bases for the first time today. And now here is Cade Oxborough, who singled and scored a run his last time up. So Cade is 1 for 3 in the game, and now here comes Benavidez back out to the mound. And I believe that's going to be it here for Jordan Wild, as they're going to bring somebody else in to get the 3rd out here in the 7th inning. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll tell you who the new pitcher is coming in here for Pokey. We'll do all that as we continue right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
One of the things that makes Northern Title unique is the fact that we serve clients in 3 states, Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. Each state has different rules and regulations, and our experienced staff understands each unique rule, so we can facilitate closings in all 3 states. If you're buying a home in Star Valley and you want to close in Preston, it's no problem. The company logo is Good Deeds Done Daily. We are preparing Good Deeds Daily, but it's more than that. We really are trying to serve the community in a good way. Northern Title, Good Deeds Done Daily. Visit us today.
Go Preston!
Listen for.
So the new pitcher is Coulter Wheatley, who comes in from right field. And he'll pick up here in the bottom or top of the 7th inning with 2 outs. And he'll face Cade Oxborough with 2 on and 2 out. As Jordan Wild goes out to play left field. And Kingsio moves over to play in right as Oxborough slaps one toward the left field side. And it's going to fall foul, and it's 0-1. So Wild goes 6 2/3, gives up 6 hits. 2 runs thus far, but he's responsible for the 2 men on base. He struck out 5, and the last man that he faced was Sager Keller, who he walked, was the only walk that he had in the game. 0-1 the count on Oxborough. As that pitch misses outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Benavidez at second, Keller over at first. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Preston trails 11-2. As the pitch is a breaking ball that's up high. 2 balls and a strike. On Cade Oxborough, 1 for 3 on the day. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 2-2. So unless lightning strikes and the roof caves in, Preston's going to be back here again tomorrow to face Century again. The 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air along the right field line. Going out is the first baseman, and he's there to make the catch and foul ground. And that's the way the ball game ends as Oxborough fouls out to the first baseman. for out number 3. No runs, a hit, a walk, and 2 left here in the inning. As Preston loses by the score of 11-2, we'll take a timeout and go to the post-game show coming up right after this here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Tonight's game was brought to you by Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. Rocky Mountain Power, WattSmartHomes.com, offering rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. Ready Support Services, we are ready. West Motor Company, your only stop for new or used cars in Preston and in Logan. Franklin County Medical Center for the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value with the finest meat and produce in Preston. S&T Electric, it's what we do. Flying S Escrow and Title, land title protectors since 1905. Ultimate Power Sports, get ready for your next outdoor adventure at Ultimate Power Sports in Preston. Elisa Benson of North Realty, Idaho and North Realty, Utah. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925. Cache Valley Bank, serving Utah and southern Idaho with 21 locations. Yardmaster, keeping lawns healthy throughout the Cache Valley. Puppy Steps Training, northern Utah and southern Idaho's premier board and training facility since 2011. Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency, your local agents right here in Preston. Canyon Creek Dental, with 2 area locations to serve you. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in downtown Preston where you will be treated like a friend. Papa J's, making world-class jerky locally right here in Clifton. Ralph's Construction, building custom homes throughout the region. Now stay tuned, the Ralph's Construction postgame show is coming right up.
It's a beautiful day for a ball game today. If you and I are out of dollars and cents, oh honey, we can always share a little hole in the fence. It's a beautiful day for the ladies, so throw all your dishes away. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today. At the ball game, a wonderful ball game today. Wow!
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
When you think of outdoor adventure, you might think of snow machines, four-wheelers, side-by-sides, motorcycles, or even cutting wood or taking care of the lawn. No matter what your definition of outdoor adventure is, always remember Ultimate Power Sports. We carry brand names like Polaris, Can-Am, Yamaha, Skidoo, Stihl, and Toro. Offering sales and service, your fun really does begin at Ultimate Power Sports. With multiple in-store financing options, we can help you have outdoor adventures right now. Stop in today, Ultimate Power Sports in Logan and Preston.
When you are looking for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but you want something that is ready to eat now, always stop at the Stokes Market Deli in Preston. With cold and hot cases, you can always find food that is fresh, hot, or cold. Sandwiches, soup, salads, deviled eggs, donuts, wraps, cheese trays, desserts, and a hot and delicious buffet. A meal out doesn't have to be at a restaurant. Come and enjoy something for everyone at the Stokes Market Deli today. 217 South State Street in Preston.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
It's time for the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap the just completed game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at what's ahead for the Preston teams. The postgame show is brought to you by Ralph's Construction, building quality designer homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. For more information, call 435-232-1837. Well, the Pocatello Thunder came out and jumped on the Indians hard early as they scored 7 runs in the first inning and never really looked back after that as they go on to an 11-2 win today over the Preston Indians in Game 2 of the district tournament. Preston had opportunities but couldn't get the hits when they needed them as they'd left a total of 9 men on base in the game for the entire game here today. So final totals for Pocatello to win it: 11 runs on 10 hits. They commit 4 errors, and they left 4 men on base. For the Indians, 2 runs on 6 hits. They also commit 4 errors in the game, and they left a total of 9. Jordan Wild went 6 2/3, and to pick up the victory, Cade Oxborough, who got roughed up in the first inning, partly his fault, partly the defense's fault, as he will take the loss in a game that took 1 hour and 47 minutes. We'll come back and tell you about our player of the game after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
In a world that's full of unknowns, you don't have to worry about whether or not your insurance has got you covered when life throws you a curveball. If your coverage is with Farm Bureau, the Smith Insurance Agency in Preston, offering policies from auto to home, farm and ranch to crop insurance, and business to life insurance. The Smith Insurance Agency does it all. No matter what challenges life brings, you're not alone. Make sure you've got the right coverage in the right areas of your life. Schedule a free insurance review today with Farm Bureau, the Smith Insurance Agency in Preston.
Purchasing land or a new home is one of life's major milestones. It says you're committed to a better life, to building something worthwhile. Since 1905, Flying S has been land title protectors, ensuring you have clear ownership rights to your home and your land. By blending personalized hometown customer service with sophisticated, cutting-edge technology, we meet each customer's real estate transaction needs. When you need a title company, choose the one that's been serving customers for over 119 years. Flying S Title and Escrow, 28 West Oneida, Preston.
For 78 years, West Motor Company has stood by your family. While the generations have come and gone, our commitment to quality and service has never wavered. Our team is here to ensure you find the vehicle that keeps your loved ones safe on every journey. When trust matters most, choose West Motor Company, now proud to be part of the Mountain West Auto Group.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
So our player of the game today has to be Jordan Wild, who went 6 2/3 innings, gave up just 2 runs on 6 hits. He walked 1 and struck out 5 to be the winning pitcher in the game for the Indians, or I should say for the Wild here today, as he picks up the win as our player of the game, brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Check them out in Preston. We'll take our last time out. We'll come back. We'll tell you about tomorrow. A little bit of a change for tomorrow, so you're going to want to stick around and hear this because it is a big change, actually, for the Indians. We'll tell you about it coming back as the Ralph's Construction postgame show continues right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
One of the things that makes Northern Title unique is the fact that we serve clients in 3 states, Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. Each state has different rules and regulations, and our experienced staff understands each unique rule, so we can facilitate closings in all 3 states. If you're buying a home in Star Valley and you want to close in Preston, it's no problem. The company logo is Good Deeds Done Daily. We are preparing Good Deeds Daily, but it's more than that. We really are trying to serve the community in a good way. Northern Title, Good Deeds Done Daily. Visit us today.
Go Preston!
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
All right, welcome back here to the Ralph's Construction postgame show as Pocatello beats up on the Indians today, beating them by the final score of 11-2. So Preston will move on to Game 3 of the district tournament as they will face Century. And here's the big change I was talking about. Because Preston beat Century yesterday, they've taken away home field advantage from the Diamondbacks. And Game 3 tomorrow will be played back in Preston. So it would be a home game for the Indians back at over in Preston. So make sure you come over and join us in person tomorrow afternoon as the Indians will play host to Century tomorrow. The game time will still be at 4:30 as we invite everyone out to come out and enjoy some baseball and root on the Indians at home tomorrow afternoon in Game 3 of the district tournament. We'll have it for you on KACH and along the My Local Radio Sports Network pregame show at 3:55 tomorrow afternoon, as we'll have the game live for you here on KACH starting at 4:30 tomorrow. So we certainly will look for you then back at home at Tony Hansen Field tomorrow afternoon. So until then, for our executive producer of KACH Radio Sports, Val Cook, and our associate producer, Jace Andrews, and for our studio coordinator, John Beverly, I'm Dan Hubbard, reminding you of the final score as Pocatello beats the Indians today by the final score of 11-2. And we wish you a very pleasant good night from here in Pocatello. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.